Well, Meshell Baker. Oh, yeah, recorded. Awesome. Meshell Baker, my gift is igniting confidence, and I am super passionate about working with women business owners and sales leaders to help them identify and connect with more of their ideal buyers so that they themselves and the teams and organizations that they lead get to work with more of the people that they love to work with. So they're really making an impact. And I am an authentic selling crusader, really empowering and wanting to help make confidence a core tenet of how sales training is delivered. And why is that important? Because when someone's confident, they see the capability of who they are in the sales transaction, not the process, not the product, but actually in themselves. And they tend to be more engaged with the buyer versus trying, it's more of, I'm focused on being valuable to the buyer's solution versus me being valuable to trying to get a sale.
How did you end up in this path? It kind of feels that there might have been something more of a traditional sales behind, or how did you end up there? How did you realize that that's something that you're bringing to the world and you can share it with others?
I'm just posting that I'm live now. So here we go. I actually ended up in this. I did sales. So my undergraduate degree is in finance, and I majored in finance because I thought I'd always have a job because you always need someone to count your numbers. And after college, it did take me very long to figure out I was miserable. I was absolutely miserable, and I was more suited to wanting to engage and talk to people. And I've really been a why child. So I tripped up on some opportunity to do What Color's Your Parachute, do a Briggs Meyer, and found I was better suited to sales or leadership. And so I stepped into sales, and that didn't mean I did it well, right? Even though the assessment said my background would be best in sales, I actually sucked at it so bad. I almost quit my first sales job. I remember my first supervisor was going through a divorce, and she was a nightmare. She was a nightmare. And I'm struggling. You can't approach her because she's snapping at everybody. And I finally, I thought, I can't do this. I just can't. I cannot do this. I just need to find some peace on a daily basis. And this is not going to happen. And lo and behold, right around the time I started interviewing to go back into finance, I got transferred to a different supervisor who had come into our office. And she was just a delight. I mean, basically, I probably have mirrored her in how my approach to life, but she was just, you could tell her anything and she would just turn into a positive, which I actually realized now I have mirrored her. And she gave me the grace to fail and helped me to understand that it was just part of the process. And before I knew it, I remember I was working and my base salary was $18,500, and I made a sale selling Yellow Pages advertising that was $11,000. And I thought, oh my God, I was hooked. But what I also recognized was what made sales fun was just, I got to be me. I got to be me and not trying to sell, but instead engaging in my curiousness about my clients and my customers. As an African-American woman in the industries I worked in, nobody looked like me. And I got to be around all these different ethnicities. My first sales job, I was in the Queens, which at that time was the most ethnically diverse borough in the United States. So I got to feel all my curiosity and ask questions from Hasidic Jews to Greeks to Italians who own taxi stands. Like, it was just so fun-filled for me. Every day was a new adventure. And that's how I've always looked at it, was as an adventure. And that person in front of me is a gift. And they know something I don't know, and I know something they don't know. And we get to exchange that information and leave each other better off.
That's a very beautiful way of transforming the word sales. I feel that the word sales has a little bit of, has ended having a very weird connotation. Like you hear sales, you're like, oh, you know, this kind of feeling. Because most of the times,
challenged my belief in myself, and to learn that, you know, just because I'm good at something and just because I like it doesn't mean I'll succeed. There's, you know, running a business has so many moving parts and so much that is not natural to our humanness and our expectation. And it's the will, the sheer willingness to have a belief greater than myself that keeps me going. And I noticed that so often people step into the arena of running a business because they're trying to get away from something. And that never works, because that doesn't give you enough impetus or enough drive to keep going. It must, Simon Sinek famously, start with why. Because when everything else wanes, right, willpower, everything else outside of you is it's going to go away. The only thing left is your belief. And without that, your drive, that underpinning of that resilience and that resourcefulness and that resolute, that no matter what, if that doesn't exist, we will give up, because this is not for the faint at heart. If it was easy, everyone would do it. That's an adage for a reason.
I love that. And I usually feel that you do have to have like a bigger belief. That for me, it almost feels like a spiritual belief. And I'm not talking about God. I'm not talking about a specific God, but I do feel that you have to have this faith that I am doing something bigger. I don't know how to do it, but I will figure it out, because that's what I'm supposed to bring in this world.
Exactly. Yes. Yes. Yeah. And that, like the platform you're talking to about the spiritual part, when we really look at business. So for me, business is the part of the authentic selling component is to really help business owners and sales leaders to reimagine, revive, and rehumanize how they actually do business. I mean, I'm a DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion certified sales trainer, speaker, and coach, because I believe that we have the opportunity to change and impact humanity and how we do business. And your sales force is on the front line. They actually go and bring in the customers. And if this organization is claiming, right, or, you know, espousing that they want to be diverse, equitable, and inclusive, their sales force must also be that way as well, because they're the ones who are going to, if not, they're just going to bring in more people that look like them. In the business of being valuable to your buyers, you will have more buyers, right? When you focus on how they're better off, how you're their solution, right? And their solution, being their solution, means that your product is not the answer all of the time. And that's what many sales reps don't understand. It's not necessarily about closing them and getting the business. Sometimes it's about just simply leaving them better off. And that's what where you cultivate relationships. So it's, if you're focusing on building and leaving people more valuable, you have built advocacy in the marketplace. So now you have this group of people who all will speak highly of you, even when you're not present, even when you're not in the room, right? Because you left them better off. Now, if you constantly keep trying to close someone, keep trying to get a sale, you're going to rub a lot of people the wrong way, because at any given moment, the statistics still hold true. If you made 100 sales calls today, only 3 people would be ready to buy right now today. And only 10% would will actually buy your product. And that's why we talk about getting niches and refining. And that's why
so I see many people giving away almost all the value and having a lot of issues of even pricing, even adding a price there. So how do we approach this kind of category? And also, like, in that direction goes together another question of what is the thin line between a friend, a real friend, and a client? Is there any for you? Should it be any? And If not, how do you charge friends, or how do you?
It means that this person is selling something that is heart driven. It's a transformation that they've generally experienced with someone, firsthand knowledge of someone in their family, but they're really in the business of transforming their clients, having their clients go through a heightened awareness of their limitless capabilities. And whatever that, when you're giving the store away, you're not taking care of yourself because you don't feel good about yourself. Nobody feels good when they keep giving it away and they're not creating an income that allows them to provide for themselves and their family. So the balance is, if you're not able to do and find that balance in yourself, then you go invest in yourself. If it's a coach or a mastermind, quiver. The first time for anything is a newness. And newness brings with it this, the uncertainty and the uncomfortable and the insecurity and the imposter syndrome. Now, if you have a price and you've written out all these pricings, don't let the first time you say the price be to a possible lead. Go in the mirror and practice it. Walk around the house and say it over and over and over and over again till you feel comfortable. Sit down. If you're a conscious entrepreneur, that's where you start visualizing them saying yes, right? Write out all the reason why it's valuable to them, not you. Because they're the ones that you're transforming. If you believe that this is going to change their life, well, why should they believe it? And then that's the value proposition. You're offering them the opportunity of a transformation, not to pay you or buy a product from you. And that's when it starts to change the way you communicate it with them. Exactly. And be willing for them to say, yeah, right. I tell, no doesn't mean not never. It just means not now.
Thank you for that, because that's always, it's coming up a lot like lately in the circles of spiritual entrepreneurship. And I feel that it should be different ways of approaching sales. That's why I like asking you this question. I think it's like just the best person to ask for. And I would like to take you a little bit, like I have started approaching entrepreneurship and many parts of my life, actually, not only entrepreneurship, through a more natural way of saying it, meaning we have been introducing the 4 elements into the way we operate in business, practically. And the 4 elements are earth, air, water, and fire. I would like to, I do have a feeling, but I would love to ask you if you resonate with one of the 4 more. And if you have seen it operating.
I bet if you guess, you'll get it right.
I mean, you also sent me your flyer, right? Like, which I don't know if it was conscious or not, but it had like the flames in the middle.
Yes. All fire. What is the experience I want my ideal buyer to walk away with? What makes my raving fan clients, right? And so who is going to help me support them so that I can step back and hand it off, means that I've got to have somebody who can really carry that without me looking back. So, getting clear on what is going to support that ideal buyer and that ideal client, and then backing up and saying, okay, what does that person look like? And once I got clear on that, then I thought, oh my God, this is going to cost a lot, right? Right, fear set in, right? Where's that money coming from? So then it's like, okay, take a break. So when you say stage, what stages are you thinking? I'm in the launch phase with Shiftco. So as we go through the launch phase, so I'm still in the building phase, because I really went into Shiftco and I broke down the structure of what I was doing and really did it more systematically and looked at some of the things that I thought about doing or I kept doing that weren't necessarily in the best interest of what I believed I could create. And so it gave me an opportunity to do what I do for my clients at Shiftco, was to get clear and dive in, and now to start to move forward in that direction. I rebranded. So I, will be launching that in the next, the goal is by the on or before the end of this month.
A gift.
Oh, great question. My unique gift is it's a live stream. So I am a creative catalyst. When I work with my clients, all I want to know is what prompted them to contact me, and we create that. And I've had some of the most random, I've had some people tell me, and I literally it terrified me. I didn't tell them. I got off the call and was like, okay, I need some quiet time. I need some meditative prayer time, because I can't really, you want me to do what? Right. But and even when they've said it inside of me, I've been like, oh my God. But then I remember it's not about me, right? The calculations and permeant, like the chances of 1.7, 7.5 billion people on the planet. And the fact that this person is speaking to me one-on-one about what they're looking for, and it's something that's within my wheelhouse. Well, it's already done. It's never been my suit. So until I actually went and invested in, hiring and reaching out to people, now I have things in place that we're putting together that will, help to build the brand and online programs. See, online programs to me, it's like, that's redundant, right? I like being a live stream. It felt disingenuous to have someone have an online program because they weren't getting me live, right? So it's getting past all of those and understanding that it's more than what you think it is, but that comes with the coaching, the community, being around other people, and getting out of my own head. And that's what everybody is. Would be, the first thing that comes to mind would be, I'm really excited about doing live interviews, similar to this, what you're doing, but on a different subject matter, but having this format again. I've done it once before and I truly enjoyed it. So this would move me forward. I love the accountability to have like a weekly broadcast where I'm supporting and giving people an opportunity to share their value, their truth, as well as ignite and inspire confidence. So
that's great to hear, actually, because I am thinking about starting a weekly clubhouse. They haven't tried yet. And I would love
to have an authentic demand, which is around, connecting and building business relationships in a more spiritual, connected, relational way. So that'll start July 15th and it'll be a weekly.
Please send me also. Yeah, that'll be great.
I'll send you the link for that. Yes, it's you're a shifter, as we call ourselves.
So thank you so much, Meshell, for being with us today. I will send you all the relative links and everything. And as we said, we will go into our interview. So I will go and stop the live. Perfect, I think it stopped. And then I will stop and